Hi, I'm Maggie Lakowski from Maggie Moon Tarot, and today I decided to go live. And we're gathered here today to celebrate, to honor our ancestors and our families. And it's Halloween, Samhain, the Day of the Dead, which encompasses all of those, plus All Souls Day. So I wanted to look at some of the things that we do to honor our ancestors, some of the things I use. And today specifically, I wanted to look at charms, milagros, ex-votos, and why we use them, and how we can use them in our practice. And for me, charms started years ago. My grandfather gave me a gold charm bracelet when I was young, and he would add charms to it on occasions or when something specifically happened in my life to celebrate. And the one charm I do remember is this beautiful little, I don't know if you can see her, angel, that she sits there. And when she was in a box, when I opened her up, she was shining so brightly. I knew she was my doorway into the unseen, to also to be able to talk, get through the veil. And so this was my initiation into charms. And I've used them for talismans, good luck, divination, all types of things. And then I'm going to go out and start talking about milagros and ex-votos too. And Carrie Pear, I've got lots of charm boxes. I love boxes, so I keep all my charms in boxes. And Carrie Paris has some beautiful charms and classes that she has. And I've got this one box, cigar box that came from her, and I've got a lot of my different charms in there. And a lot of times we can use them for different things, and sometimes they're talismans. And this one that I have right on me now is from Joanna Powell Colbert, and this is from the Strength card. And she has incorporated a little heart. I don't know if you can see this, a little heart onto this necklace. And so that can be a talisman, but it also can be milagro. And so whenever I'm sure that you have had things passed down to you, whether it's been from someone that has passed on or someone that's still living, and it brings about a memory. It brings back a memory. It brings back that connection to that person. And so I'm sure you'll go through and see some of the things that connects you to that person, whether they're living or dead. And there's a story around that. And that's what my story is with this charm bracelet. And my grandpa would give me one every year for luck. I have a wishbone for luck. I have a heart, a bell to make me be present. And this picture I wanted to share with you is a picture of my grandfather when he and my grandmother got married. And so I keep that next to my altar. And behind me, I don't know if you can see my altar where I have, this is the altar for the Day of the Dead, for my celebration for my ancestors here, for everyone. And so when we look at charms and how we can use them, or specifically milagros, that's one thing I want to talk about. And they mean miracles. Or ex-votos, they may be called. They're offerings. And the Orthodox tradition, there is a temato, and that is hope for a miracle where a dream is fulfilled. And oftentimes these date back not just in the Spanish culture, but just go way back into Rome, Greece, where they had used charms, and they were used as spiritual charms for a purpose, an offering. And I have some here that I'll show you. And so if someone had a problem with their heart, they may take a milagro and put it on an altar or take it to the church as an offering and a prayer for that ailment. And then they would give it as gratitude that they were healed. And they come in all different, my little box here of milagros, silver milagros, they come in all different types. So you could have, if something happened to your arm, there's actually body parts that you would put on for a healing or a gratitude for something that has been healed. There's one, I have one here for, it's a car, so it could be for safe travel. Maybe your car was, something was wrong with your car, they would put that there. And so, and a lot of times the hearts, my Raggedy Ann, she has a beautiful large heart milagro here. And that, this can be, my mother used to always have the, with the flames coming out, is the sacred heart. But it can be for romance, to heal a broken heart, to bring in love, for an actual heart problem. And so they can be used for different things. But she sits here next to my altar as a reminder about our heart and how important our heart is and how important love is in this lifetime. And then a few other ones I wanted to look at my notes. Oh, a fish. That one could cure infertility. It could be money, luck, a hand. You often see a hand as a milagro, and that can be reaching out in friendship, and that can be actually healing, a healing touch. A lot of healers use that. The fish is about infertility, or if you wanted to get pregnant, to have enough to eat, a blessing, money, luck. And it's also a sign from the unconscious, because a lot of these milagros can be used for actual physical things, but also for maybe metaphysical purposes or something underneath. So the heart might be, with that one, we would see that, or the fish, I would say, something coming up, because the fish represents our unconscious. So something coming up from our unconscious to give us an insight. And then animals, they had a lot of animals, so that would tend to their flock or their herd, so that they would have health. So with all of these, you can assign any meaning to your milagros, just like we have talisman, because they're worn on jewelry. They can be put on an altar. They can be used anywhere, but you can assign your own meanings, because it's all about intention. And so it's all about the prayer for what we intend for this particular charm and how we're going to use it. And so, and sometimes people put a written prayer attached to their milagro if they hang it somewhere or put it up, so there might be a written prayer for that. And so as we, as we assign our own meanings, when I look at Raggedy Ann in her heart, I can be reminded that loving is what the heart does best. So I wanted to leave you with that. And with any divination, we can randomly choose a card. I'm going to choose a tarot card for us today, or we can choose one with intention. And I chose one from Joanna Powell Colbert's Gaian Tarot. And this is the Elder of Fire. And in this card, we see a healer. She looks directly at us and almost through us, and asks us to use our own power along with our ancestors to transform a situation. And she might be called, she might be a shamanic woman, a medicine woman, but you see that she's burning herbs. And in Joanna's book, I'll read a little passage from this, for this card. And so she said she holds a handful of burning herbs that directs waves of energy to dissipate the foul and bring in the sweet. And then also the iguana brings the medicine of dream time. There's an iguana in the card. So with this Elder of Fire, she's asking us to be active in our change, use transformation, use whatever tools that we have, whether it's prayer, chanting, charms, milagros, whatever we use, and to transform our lives and help transform the lives of other people. And she asks us to also, because this is the time where the veil has said to be thin, is to slip a moment in time and connect to the invisibles and to strengthen us, not only for ourselves, but for those who might need it too. And I wanted to thank you for stopping by. And I hope in some way this has served you. And I'd like to end with a prayer. And this prayer is for our ancestors and for us. And it's by Linda Hogan. And she's a Native American writer, poet, playwright. She's an environmentalist. and she's a storyteller. It goes, walking, I'm listening to a deeper way. Suddenly, all my ancestors are behind me. Be still, they say. Watch and listen. You are the result of the love of thousands. So I want to bless you. And until we meet again, I'll make your wish for today, for this week, for the rest of the year. And I'll blow out the candle for us. Bright blessings.